Did you guys enjoy that? Please spam some fries in chat. All right, I tell you what, people. I tell you what. The homie has been very gracious to wait. If you all are here, you know he is about to go live on his Twitch.
Yeah, I just came off the back of Nox's stream. That was hilarious, man. I'm actually glad that he listened to Uninvited in the end. Watching him listening to that was fucking funny, man. I love watching him like breaking down. That was funny. That was very, very funny. How are you guys all doing? Are you all well? Today, basically, I thought I would just, because some people asked me to do this. They asked me to go down through the album. I want to take questions. But it's going to take forever. It's a big album, so I don't want to do all 18 tracks today. That's going to take way too long. I want to play 6 tracks today, 6 tracks whenever I next do it, maybe in 2 days' time, and then 6 tracks a day afterwards. So we're just gonna dive into the first 6 tracks of the album, and then if you guys have any questions, production, lyrics, anything like that, then just shoot them my way. But I thought we'd do a little listening party. By the way, guys, if you haven't got the album on digital download or physical download, you can grab that. There'll be a link that just pops up into the chat randomly with the link for that. That would really help out. We're in a bit of a neck and neck situation. My album and Drake's album for #1 spot next week. So it's crazy to actually say that out loud and to actually physically and be in the position where I'm contending with arguably like the biggest artist on the planet. We didn't expect Drake to drop an album. He did. If he didn't, then maybe it would have been a walk in the park, but it is what it is. So I'm up against Drake for a #1 spot on Friday, the Friday that's coming. So if you want to help out, it's only $4.99 digital sale. That'll be wicked, man. That'll be wicked. And then I'll get into like a Kanye Drake feud with Drake, and he'll become my arch nemesis, even though I think that he makes bangers. Don't tell him I said that though, because he's my nemesis now. Right, let's fucking get into it then. Let's get crack-a-lacking, isn't it? We're going in the 7 Sins first of all. 7 Sins, funnily enough, this was the last song that I ever wrote for the album. It was meant to just be an intro, and it turned into a whole song, and it weirdly turned into my favourite song, or at least one of my top 3 favourite songs on the album. Yeah, man, and it starts with Welsh. Let's just get into it. I'll play a little bit. If I see any questions pop up in chat, I'll pause it and I'll answer those questions. First of all, can you guys tell me that this is coming through loud and clear, please? Wrong fucking song. So we've got some questions saying, translate please. Salwch yw'n athrawen. Salwch yw'n athrawen means sickness is my teacher. Fe dorodd fy ngwen means it broke my smile. Sickness is my teacher, it broke my smile. Mae fy'n esgyn teimlo'n hen. My bones feel old. Fe gorwedd corff ren. Here lies Ren's body. So I initially wrote it as a eulogy to myself. It was my Veneskin Taimlon, and it's kind of got this old folk melody, so it's like it's a lot of a homage to Wales and where I grew up, and even the choir and the intervals in the choir, it's all very like traditionally Welsh folk. I wanted to pay homage to my roots, to my people. So yeah, it's in Welsh, so it means sickness is my teacher, it broke my smile, my bones feel old, here lies Ren's body. So it's kind of like a self-eulogy. And then I come in with this big orchestral. Let's go. I sang that. That's all my voice layered up. Someone said who sang it. It's all me. It's just various levels of me. The highest harmony is like super, super up there. My voice is a little bit sketchy today, so I'm not going to do it today. But yeah, it's all my voice just layered up. It's a choir. I love that violin, man.
I lay broken on the kitchen floor. I clawed at the laminate. Pain wandered my body, an uninvited guest. Bones of a home where the devil could rest. I cursed the gods, cursed my messiah, cursed my maker. I cursed all of creation. There I lay, feeble and thin. Sickboi, 797. Have you ever felt pain? Stomach wrenching, unrelenting. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? Condescending, muscles clenching. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? A rose emerges from the pavement cracks. They'll write my eulogy with broken glass. Eternal parallax. Pain.
I think that's my favorite line out of the whole song. The a rose emerges from the pavement cracks. They'll write my eulogy with broken glass. It was coming back to the eulogy at the start. Eternal parallax, an eternally repeating situation. A parallax, a situation that changes depending on the perspective. And yeah, I really like that sentiment as the whole thing. I think that was one of my favorites. And then I like how it comes into the vocal here and that thing. So I produced it with VST, so I had these pizzicato strings and then that big dong. Do you ever hear that song Sail? Sail! I took a little inspiration from that with the pizzicato strings. I just wanted like this epic orchestral opening.
Stomach wrenching, unrelenting. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? Condescending, muscles clenching. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? A rose emerges from the pavement cracks. They'll write my eulogy with broken glass. Eternal parallax. Pain. Pain the author, I accept this. Pain the teacher, bruised apprentice. Pain resisting, pain will come. Pain the mother, I'm the son. Pain that splits you, and too many hits you. The dark and the light will converge to one. Pain that twists you, the heavens dismiss you. The Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son. Body bagging me. Zip it up quick, get their things on B. I search for peace in the belly of a beast. Sickboi, on a matapia. Running up a fever, following a leader. Wanna be me, huh? Grass isn't greener. Bright light seizure, dynamite dealer. Dine at the table of the coroner, E-top for 13 years and I've been feeling so stark. Lucky number 13, just my luck. Empires tumble, rubble and dust. The universe shrinks and the planets combust. In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped. Angels wept.
I love that line as well. I'm sure that line will rattle a few cages, but I love that line. In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped. It's a metaphor for losing my faith in healing, in the healing process. It's like you're asking to be saved from it, and it just you never get respite. You never get a moment of like peace of suffering from that pain. So like God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped. It's like that faith is just killing itself. You see everything killing itself, and that's what I was trying to capture with that line. I'm sure that it will rattle some cages, but it felt like beautifully appropriate.
Rubble and dust, the universe shrinks and the planets combust. In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped. Angels wept, I bear witness, watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never deep rest, a bed where I'm always depressed. A bed with the human oppressed, a bed for a tomb where I slept. A bed in the room that's a womb for this mess. Sickboi bitten by a tick boy, tell me how it feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks boy, pain is a gift boy. Hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees and I kneel. I kneel at the altar of my own disease and I beg.
I also quickly want to bring it back to the start. This is a real situation here. This line here. I just want to bring it back.
I lay broken on the kitchen floor. I clawed at the laminate. Pain wandered my body, an uninvited.
So that was right before I fell into my psychosis, and it was a very clear memory that I have. I came downstairs. This is probably after about 6 months of not getting out of bed, because I was in so much fatigue and so much pain. And I came down into the kitchen at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was hurt so much that I would just lay on the floor, and I was just, my fingernails were digging into the laminate of the kitchen floor because it hurt so much. And I was just so broken at that point. So I wanted to open the album with a memory of one of my very, very lowest moments. Was it hurt so much that I literally was digging my fingernails into the actual laminate of the kitchen floor. I couldn't get up, and so I wanted to start the album off with that. And it's a dark place to start the album off, but Sickboi is quite a dark album on the whole, so I wanted to capture that.
In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped. Angels wept. I I bear witness, watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never deep rest, a bed where I'm always depressed, a bed with the human oppressed, a bed for a tomb where I slept, a bed in the room that's a womb for this mess. Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, tell me how it feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks boy, pain is a gift boy, hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees and I kneel.
I love this bit, man. Switching into drill. The reason that someone asked why did I switch into drill? Drill is like big in the UK at the moment. I always believe in like paying homage to your roots, paying homage to the culture, paying homage to what's big around you. And drill's big. I've never done anything on a drill beat, so I was like, I'm gonna put a drill switch up here. I'm gonna get on some drill flows because I've never done drill flows in songs. So I was like, you know, I wanted to pay homage to the culture of what's big right now. Do you know what I mean? And you know, fucking. I'm a little bit of the old. I'm 33 in it, so I'm on a bit of an older generation of hip hop that I grew up listening to. But I still wanted to tap into that scene of what's coming up now and what's fucking youthful and drill's that, man. So I thought I'd add a little cheeky drill section in.
I kneel at the altar of my own disease and I beg the sky for mercy, mercy never came. I did me dirty, 33 and hurting, cursing. Jesus died at 33 and still my sins are lurking. Gears are turning, future stays uncertain. Surgeon incision, murder ambition. Fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, the pain spray ricochet like a Mac 10. Hot lead hit the bed that was trapped in. Red wing seraphim out of God's grace. Cried tears from heaven like clapping. Stick pins in the voodoo Hendrix. Stick skin, stay humble Kendrick. Stay skeptic, check the biometrics. Bloodstained crime scene folk.
Oh, the chat's going mad. I didn't say I'm old. I said older generation. Get it right? Stop calling me old.
Lights on, lights out. Fade into the background. So down. Running from the silhouette of self-doubt. By now. Really should have figured this shit out. Lights on, lights out. Smack down. Let it be. Quote John Lennon. Click clack, John got shot.
All right, I'm going to admit something here, and it's solidified into eternity, which is a shame. I thought fucking Let It Be was written by John and Paul. It's only written by Paul. I only found that out when somebody pointed it out. You know, because Paul and John co-write a lot of songs, and then I looked at one and it's just written by Paul. So I fucked up. Okay, we all fuck up. We're all human. We all make mistakes. It's Paul McCartney wrote the lyrics of that one, but the sentiment remains. Let it be. Imagine there's a heaven. You know what I mean? It's the same sort of sentiment. But yeah, I fucked up. But the point remains.
Let it be. Quote John Lennon. Click clack, John got shot for attention. What does that tell you about the good of intention?
I want to break down this bit. I like this bit. Let it be. Quote John Lennon. Click clack, John got shot for retention. Like why was John Lennon assassinated for like one of the most poignant characters we had for pushing for social good, for social change? Why is it that we murder these people? Why is it that the characters? Let me and a few more names that I dropped in this. A characters notorious for what they did for social good. Martin Luther King, John Lennon. What is it about people who dare to dream of a world with less suffering? What is it about these people that makes other people react so viscerally that they want to murder them and extinguish them off the earth? Do you know what I mean? It's a head scratcher for me, but it is what it is.
John got shot for attention. What does that tell you about the good of intentions? Bitterness formed in a storm of aggression.
What does that tell you about the good of intentions? Bitterness formed in a storm of aggression. Prophets get dropped imagining heaven. We're going back to John Lennon with Imagine. Prophets get dropped imagining heaven. Martin Luther, Mahatma, deaden. 6 followed by 6, then 7. Build them, praise them, bury them, dead them. We build them up, we praise them as gods, we bury them, and they're gone. But the idea is not gone, and the songs live on.
The storm of aggression, prophets get dropped imagining heaven. Martin Luther, Mahatma, deaden. 6 followed by 6, then 7. Build them, praise them, bury them, dead. I was born to be half a man with half a chance. My heart isn't half righteous, half is down, and half a gram. Half those troubles and thoughts stay darker than Urukai master plan.
Not many people have caught that one. Urukai master plan. We're coming back to Lord of the Rings with some Urukai bars. Urukai! Where's my Lord of the Rings fans?
I'm half those troubles and thoughts stay darker than Urukai master plan. Sharper than glass shards, splinter and cinnamon. Irony could kill a man. He makes money when the music lands. Expand, pay me my cheese, rain down parmesan.
If anyone was following the treasure hunt, every single video I did for the treasure hunt, I dropped a line from this verse. Sin 1, pride. Pride makes a man kill a man for his ego to survive. If you go back and watch those videos, Every line from this song is in those riddles.
Parmesan, followed by seven whole sins for a self-made Armageddon. Sin 1, pride. Pride makes a man kill a man for his ego to survive. Sin 2, lust makes the grass look greener. Crucifies trust. Sin 3, gluttony. Humans consume and consume. Planet Earth gets a frontal lobotomy. 4, sloth. Rinse and repeat. Reruns, repeat. Time lost. Sin 5, envy. That's when one man's win is another man's frenzy. Sin 6, wrath, rage, vengeance, killers, psychopath. Sin 7, greed. Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. If we take what we need, then take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we feed and we sleep and repeat. Then we exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. We inherit the meat. We inherit this world that we bruise and we beat. We inherit this vanity, circles of creeds. Inherit the liars, the murderous thieves. One sin for every one day of the week.
I love how it rolls into Sickboi. That's why I put Sickboi next. Because it just rolls in so well. It's like one sin for every one day of the week. Do you get me? It's like I like that Succession. It really works for me. I really like that Succession. Has anyone got any questions about Seven Sins before we move on and we go back to Mr. Sickboi? Have we got any? We got any questions about Seven Sins? Well, I might do a music. That's the only track that I'm considering potentially doing a music video for is Seven Sins, just because it's one of my favorite tracks on the album. So if I do, I've got a concept for it. It just depends. I might just do a lyric video for it. We'll see. Nice. Let's get on to Sickboi. Let's not waste no time. Come on.
Thank you for coming in today.
So fun fact, if anyone follows The Big Push, this voice is Glenn, the drummer. It's his girlfriend. It's Glenn's girlfriend is playing the therapist in Sickboi Part 2. In Sickboi Part 1, sorry.
Hi Ren, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
I love this sample, man. I love it. I think it fucking sets the tone, man. And this puppet.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, stem cell, poster boy, pass.
Yeah, it's by Cujo Beats. There's a few tracks on this album. Most of the album's self-produced, but there's a few tracks on this album that I got beats from BeatStars, and then I messed around with the beats a lot, rearranged them and stuff like that. So this is Cujo Beats. Cujo Beats, you can find them on YouTube and stuff. Sick producer.
White noise, quick fix, snake oil. I'm about to break, boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain. Have another go. Take another pill. Here, take a couple more. Let's see how you're doing in another week or so. You'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show. Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process. Walking hand in hand with Satan. Complications with the medication. Inflammation, dehydration in.
Do I say steroids on purpose? Yeah. It's for the flow. Steroids. It's just a flow thing. Everyone knows what I'm saying, but it's just to help the to help the intonation, help the rhythm.
Aggravation, building up a toleration. Drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like
you can do that quite a lot. That is Mia in the video. It's Mia. Yeah, Mia's a very, very good friend of mine. I like Mia a lot. She's really cool. So Mia in the video isn't actually Mia whose voice is on the track. It's Jane on the track, but Mia was just the actress in the video. Mia's sick. She does lots of modelling and acting and stuff like that.
drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense?
But you can do that a lot in hip hop. You can rhyme things that don't necessarily rhyme by the pronunciation, or you can drag out the rhythm. It's a really fun thing to do.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like
That's
you
not
to do
Welsh.
is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first.
Is the grunting my sex face? I don't know. I've never had sex while staring at myself in the mirror or with myself, so I can't comment. I'm sure there'll be somebody out there who'll be able to tell you.
thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's it. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pic, boy. Record label meetings to commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no.
Jane is indeed Irish and Glenn is also Irish. They are both an Irish couple and a bloody lovely Irish couple at that.
Industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I'm bleeding myself, I bleed the brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
Yes, man, Sickboi, Sickboi. I want to ask chat something. What people who have listened to the whole album, what's your favorite track so far? Damn, there's a lot of Seven Sins, some bit of Genesis, Loco, Uninvited, Wicked Ways. That's a good mix. Seven Sins seems to be like a pretty universal and money game. A lot of Seven Sins. I think Seven Sins is one of my favorites as well. It's ironic because that's one of the later tracks that I made, so it's a bit more relevant to me now. So I'm glad to hear that. Let's get into the flow. Come on. Whoever said Animal Flow, this one's for you.
Animal flow. You're in the mind of a cannibal king, where chaos and anarchy roam, and trouble is bubbling under the skin. A certain insanity shows whenever I pick up the mic and begin. Whenever these words that I write with my pen come alive, they ignite like I pulled out the pin. Animal flow.
So this song started with me beating on a tom drum with these like beaters, and then I built it way around that. And the influence was always. I'll play what the influence was right now for you. You'll hear it. Can anyone in chat guess what it was? If you see my article, you know what it is already. This was my influence for this track. What a banger. Just wait for the beat, you'll hear it. Come on. What a tune.
For my theme song, my leather black jeans on, my by any means.
What a banger. And then we go back to Animal Flow. You'll hear it, man. You'll hear it. Sickboi. Anyway, that was my influence for the beat. Fucking love that track.
You're in the mind of a cannibal king, where chaos and anarchy roam, and trouble is bubbling under the skin. A certain insanity shows whenever I pick up the mic and begin. Whenever these words that I write with my pen come alive, they ignite like I pulled out the pin.
Let's go.
Animal flow. Out in the jungle, I'm ready for war. I'm beating your brains with a bat, and I'm swinging it back, and it's spooky, your bike, cause I'm bored. Lord of the cannibals, bro. A murderous mind that you can't ignore. I wait and react with combat on the counter-attack on the king of the jungle, I roar. Animal.
Animal flow, I'm the flow CEO. I've got mountains of murderous rhymes. Mountain volcanic, I blow and cause mayhem and panic. There's nowhere to run from my mind. I'm an impassable foe, never slowing, just growing and flowing with intricate lines. Yes, I will dig in my teeth when I bite like a beast. Blood, I drink it like wine. Animal flow, out in the wilderness I will be king. Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings. Out on my own, I'm a terrible thing. Animal skins over my shoulders like bling. They will be clothing my sins. I came to win over and over again. I'll take your life with a grin. Animal.
The dance that the girls did, that was actually my idea. That was the dance that I came up with. It's like Thriller meets something else. Do you know what I mean? Michael Jackson's Thriller. I just wanted there to be a chorus dance because it felt like there needed to be. That's the Animal Flow dance, baby. Animal. Whoever's saying Wednesday Addams dance, Animal Flow came out first. I'm just saying, it came. We did that first.
Animal. Mary had the little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. It made the blood look so much red.
But then if we're going to go really far back, I'm pretty sure that they did it in Pulp Fiction as well. So, you know, we're all stealing off each other.
When I slit its throat, watch it drip, drop, till the ground was soaked. Oh, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how the blood it flows. Horrific, explicit, I be parasitic, acidic, I'm eating your flesh. Don't fidget, I'm livid, not mentally with it, I get kinda sick when I'm stressed. I am the I am the storm, I am the fury, I am the scorn, I am the belly, I am the beast. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I'm an animal, yes, I'm an animal, yes, sometimes the things I say are irrational, yes, sometimes the things I do are quite radical. Yes, I will be waging war on the capital. Yes, I will burn the houses of parliament down. Cause hypocrites, they burn quite easily. Wow, burn and pillage it all to the ground. Your illegitimate king lost his crown. Animal flow, show no mercy under my rule. I won't be kind, I will be cruel. Down on my foes in a paddling pool. Yes, I'm tyrannical, bro. So, never mistake, I'm man for a fool. I'll take your ignorance right back to school and teach you a lesson for testing my cool. Animal.
Yeah, this is a one take.
Animal.
Hells yes, that's Animal Flow. That was fun. That was one of my that was one of my favorite ones to produce. Let's do the video for Money Game instead. Hang on. Let me just load that one up. We're halfway through this little breakdown. Rent Money Game 3. And if any questions about the video or anything, I'm sure I'll do a proper breakdown with this with Sam, because I think that makes sense if Sam's here to answer some of the questions. So I'm going to wait until I do a proper breakdown of Money Game 3. But for now, oh God, what a screen catcher. Let's just get into it. Money Game 3. Oh, hang on. The sound won't come through unless I do this. Loop back. Loop back is the bane of my existence, man. Oh, it's on. Someone said, was the piano actually being played? Yes, it was. I will play this live on stream when I get this set up and wired into my thing. Also, if you watch the Wolf Behind the Scenes documentary, you will see that I can in fact play that and was in fact playing this live. This is me playing this piano piece live with a sack over my head. I will do it for anybody in person who doesn't believe me. This is hours and hours of tireless practicing. I could see, but not very well. You can barely see out of those sacks, so you can see, but it's not very good. I've been playing piano since I was about 14, something like that. Yeah, the camera on this is fucking insane. Is there a point to listen to the songs in this order? Yeah. It's how it flows. It's how the whole experience and journey of the album flows. So I put it in an order that made sense for the feeling. You've got a kind of like, it's like valleys and peaks and dips and funny, not so funny, darker, heavier, lighter, you know. So it's all intentionally ordered. This is Charlie now, who sits down and plays this piece. It was me who composed it all. So all the piano that you hear and all the strings that you hear, that was all composed and arranged by myself, but just not played by myself, obviously, because I can't play the piano and deliver this rap at the same time. I'm not sure how much the piano cost. It's not mine. Yamaha gave it to us. So Yamaha lent us the piano, basically. I wish it was my piano. I am self-taught. I taught myself from YouTube. Who's that guy? With that messy haircut. Is that serious? It's £100,000. God damn. I'm not going to be getting one of those anytime soon. I feel like Sam's Wait, hang on. Fucking surely. Where's my phone? I think Sam's over-exaggerating that. There's no way that's £100,000. Wait. Sorry, guys. That was eating me away. Yamaha Grand Piano. That's not that much. Are you serious? Okay. Let's find out which one it was. Let's say it was... I don't fucking know. They all look the same to me. Let's say if it was this one, for example. This looks like a high-end one. The Yamaha CFX. Yamaha CFX. Buy. Sell me one, please. Holy shit, he's right. Fuck me. That's £209,000. Okay, I was wrong. Sam was right. Fuck. God damn, they're expensive. I get 3 Audis for that. Fuck me. I'm sorry to Sam for doubting you, Sam. I'll never do it again.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old.
That wasn't auto-tuned. I swear on my fucking life. Whoever said auto-tune singing, I'm not a fan of auto-tune singing. I will sit you down in this house and show you the project file. I just had to redo the take. Like, I will show you. I will show you that there's no auto-tune on this.
Old and his first words were mine, gimme. 2 years old, he was walking. 3 years old, walking quickly. 4.
The next time we do this, I'm opening up the project file, right? Because god damn it, I don't mind. There are a few things in this world I don't mind being accused of, but auto-tune when I'm not actually auto-tuning it is one of them.
4 years old, he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old, and his daddy told him, listen here, son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old, and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he...
Now go easy on him. He's not an arsehole. He just said it. I think I take it as a compliment, man. It just means I'm singing in tune.
7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old, and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private...
How many takes was this? There is a hidden cut in this. I said this in the last stream. There's a hidden cut in this because of the rain machine. We had to put a hidden cut in it because if we had gone all the way through and something fucked up with the rain machine, the whole take would be fucked. So we had to hide a cut in it. So both times, in total, I'll have to ask Sam when he comes here, but I definitely did both sections more than 15 times, but less than 30 times. So in total, under 60, but not under 40. So it's somewhere in that realm. it kind of gets blurry after a while because you've got to reset all the props and stuff. So it was quite a long thing to reset. We finished at about 2 a.m. filming. I've got a funny story about this actually. I was filming, and by the last takes, I was getting so exhausted that my performance was lacking. I was lacking that spruce, you know what I mean? I was lacking that charisma because I was so exhausted. So like, when I was watching myself back, I was like, this doesn't look fucking believable. I'm not in it. So what I did, after a 6-month no smoking, I'd quit smoking for 6 months. What I did was I was like, give me a fucking cigarette. So I sat down. I smoked about 3 cigarettes in a row. And I was like, I'm fucking ready to go. Let's go. Let's do this. And that was what these takes were. This was nicotine-fueled takes, man. Like I'm not condoning smoking, but it gave me the pep in my step after 6 months of resisting. I was like, right, turn the camera on. I'm fucking ready to be Jimmy.
School to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends in the
Drake doesn't use autotune ever.
His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects...
People are saying my poor voice. My voice was fucked the next day, man. I couldn't speak for about 3 days after this because in the moment, you're like going for it, right? So it's there in the moment, and then the next day, think about... This is a fucking 9-minute long song, and then to give it that much aggression, fuck my voice, man.
Weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17 and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a million.
And you can see this, which looks like a button. That's a microphone. See that?
18.
You'll see it if you close up.
Daddy tells him now.
It's also a very good. It's a DPD. Which are fucking the best clip-on mics you can get, probably like that. We got a really good sound guy for this.
You're a man. This world don't give
there it is.
I'm about you, so take all that you
it's disguised to look like a brooch.
Can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle.
And then we also have a camera mounted on the... We have a microphone mounted on the camera. We have ambience microphones all over the place that are picking up things that you can mix. Because every now and then I'll move my head away from the microphone. And so you have to do things with the mix to compensate, stuff like that. So it's very difficult getting it right, but with enough fucking perseverance, painstaking amount of perseverance you can.
Wealth, if you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23,
How did I record the audio when we took the jacket off? This is a brilliant question. So I'll tell you where the hidden cut was. The hidden cut was in when we were behind the wheelchair, right? That's where the hidden cut was. At that point, I moved the microphone from the brooch to my shirt because I take off the jacket, right? So we moved that from there. Actually, it wasn't my shirt. It was inside the tie, and it was also inside a waterproof casing because obviously the rain's going to come and hit on it, and we had to do it in such a way where the rain wouldn't hit it. Otherwise, you hear lots of drumming of rain. So we did a sneaky microphone placement change there in that moment.
Life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list. They're applauding.
I'll point out the mic when we get to the point with the tie.
His name, 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son.
This isn't the audio we used for the album. For the album, I did. You'll hear it in the delivery. You'll hear that there's a better quality in the vocal EQ in the album version, and the piano as well. There's a better quality there because as great as those DP, I think it's called DPD or it's DP something. As great as those mics are, they're not. I mean, you're always going to get better sound quality when you mix in the studio. So the piano here, although it's live, it does sound clearer on the studio version. I was using Keyscape, and I was doing it through a software VST for the album version. But for this version, it's the piano that you'll hear, that you see there with the DPR mics. And what I did was I reference matched what I got on the produced version and the live version for fucking painstaking hours. It takes a long time to actually like get live things, especially when you're a big space, sounding good enough to like compete with a studio version. So it took me a long fucking time, basically a long time.
While you're sitting in that palace, that don't.
I prefer this audio as well. Someone says they prefer this audio. I prefer it not because of the audio quality, but because of my delivery. I think I was more in it. I was like, if you listen to the inflections on my voice, it's also a bit slower than but I was more in the character of this one because I was having to act it. So I prefer this audio than over the album version myself.
Don't mean that you won. 26 a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27 dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos.
This bit as well, some people might have not have clocked it. I said this on the Facebook group. 32 moving grams, growing kilo to ton. Da, 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 da. What does that remind you of, everybody? Da, 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 moving grams, growing kilo to tons. He's 33, filling. Who first person to get it right? What does that remind people of? Anyone? Anyone got it? Da, 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 moving grams, growing kilo to tons. Da, 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 da. "32 moving grams growing." Yeah, it always, when I was writing that bit, for some reason that was like well stuck in my head. See if you hear it.
He tells money, but even inside houses with powder and gun. Tons, he's out of Cuba. 32 moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside.
Do you know what I mean? It's not exactly the same delivery or cadence, but it's got that feeling to it.
Out of his pocket.
Man, I am a raver, man. Like that's when I first started making music, all I wanted to do was make fucking drum and bass and breakbeat and stuff like that. Like dance music is kind of my first music love, really. I mean, before that it was Nirvana and it was Chili Peppers and it was like System of a Down and stuff, but then I just went into like a massive fucking raver phase for a long time. I've got a lot of love for that sort of music.
35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart.
Also, as well, how good is that moment? How fucking good is that moment?
In warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it.
How fucking good is that globe spin, man? That's my favourite shot.
Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
And the timing of when it stops and the fact that it stops on America and South America, we couldn't have planned that better. That wasn't intentional, but it happened. And also as well, I don't know if you guys clocked this, but on the clock, it says, where are we? Hang on, where is it? If it made it to the chart.
32 moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop.
Oh, I think you missed it. We set the clock to 33. Set the clock to 33. I don't know if it made the shot because the age was 33.
Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. 35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward.
The YouTube premium thing, so it's just because I didn't want to oversaturate my channel with stuff. So It will be available on YouTube Premium for 2 weeks, the BTS, and then after that 2 weeks, it will be dropping on my channel. So if you haven't got YouTube Premium, don't worry. It will be coming to normal YouTube too, but just in a couple of weeks, because I want to give Money Game its time in the spotlight. But a lot of people wanted to watch the BTS right now, so we released it on Premium first for 2 weeks, and then after that 2 weeks, it will be available for everyone. So if you've got Premium, you can check it out. If not, you just have to hold on 2 weeks. I don't think, just it's just the way we decided to do it. But yeah, there'll be Wolves BTS. A, if you want to have Premium and watch it in this week, you can. B, if you want to hold off 2 weeks, it'll be available to everybody.
A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
So this is the cut. This is the cut. I got YouTube Premium because I fucking hate ads, basically. But this is the cut. So that was the moment that we swapped the microphones. I'll point out the microphone when I see it. I love this framing as well, man. I love this scene. I love these strings as well, bro.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine.
We didn't dry the floor. We didn't have the luxury of drying the floor, right? So Sam would, if I thought my performance was lackluster, or if Sam thought that the filming could have been better, we would have cut it before we got to the rain every time. At the point we got to the rain, there's not a huge amount we can fuck up. Luckily, we didn't fuck up. So at the moment we get to the rain, that was the only one chance we had of getting it right. So, we didn't dry the floor. The rain that you see, that was the one time that the rain machine went on, and it was right at the end of the day.
Gimme 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain
I love
of
those
gold.
strings.
But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him. And it's a version of she. And it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music.
Yeah, man. The string players are just... I don't actually know those guys. Charlie was a friend of Sam's who's playing the piano. The string players were just session musicians that we hired. That lady's violin did get wet at the end. Bless her soul, man. We arranged it so that we thought the norm would get wet. The lady on the left here got very wet. And I bought her some new violin strings and some new stuff for her bow because it got very wet. So... we didn't anticipate that, but bless her. She could have easily jumped up and ruined the whole shot, but that would have ruined the whole fucking thing. And she didn't. She just sat there and took it like a trooper.
This isn't entertainment.
Okay, look, here we go. Look at this. Everybody's eyes come down to the tie. What can you see? And what can't you see here anymore? Look. Can you see that? That's the mic. We changed place. Can you see it? If you look carefully, you can see the black thing inside it.
This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's...
Yeah, the mic did get wet, but we had a waterproof but porous thing over the top of it so that it could still get sound in without obviously ruining the mic.
Ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
The reason that I took so much time to intentionally fold my jacket was just to create tension. Because you've got my solution and it kind of leaves you on this like cliffhanger. So the reason that I wanted to take my time is because then it's like people are like, what the fuck? What? Do you know what I mean? It keeps you. I just wanted to add a little bit of dramatic tension. Yeah. Anticipation. The untucked shirt wasn't intentional, and it really ate away. It happened when I like sat down on the I didn't see it until after the final cut, and that was the thing that ate away at me. I was like, "Fuck, my fucking shirt is hanging out the back." It wasn't actually meant to look like that, but it does. Some people say they like it, but yeah, you can tell that I've never folded a fucking suit jacket before in my life, can't you?
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consume.
People are like, I can tell you've never folded a shirt, but I can tell you've loaded a gun before. I did do a lot of practicing of loading that gun. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to get it right, so I spent the day before loading that gun many times, but not folding the shirt many times.
Till it dies, and our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
That was the only custom tailored suit I've ever bought in my life. Yes, that was a custom suit that we bought in London. Me and Connor, a few days before the shoot, we went roaming around and we found this really nice independent little tailor, and we got that suit made up for it. I still have that suit. Fucking love that suit, man. I'd rarely wear anything smart, as you can tell. I look like a scruffy little chav most of the time, 99% of the time. But every now and then, I'll make an effort, and yeah, I like that suit, man. I'm not sure the name off the top of my head, but I'll find out the name of the tailor and I'll give him a shout out.
"45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is every."
That's a replica, so nobody needs to bother that I'm worried I'm going to blow my brains out. There's no chance of it firing or going off, or even any blanks going off, so nobody worry about it.
Everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortune.
Look, she's getting wet. Shit, we didn't know. Look, this guy's fine. Why is he fine? He's in level with her. She's getting fucked up, mate. She's getting soaked, man. God damn, and she just sat there, and I'm just going to watch her now, actually. I'm properly just stared at her. She's like, oh shit, I'm getting wet.
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain.
She's not playing because this is a part just for the celloists.
Soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants. He is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father. It's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Yes, sir. Someone said, why two cellos? It's a bit of an unconventional quartet, but it's two cellos because it served how I composed it, how I had it in my head. It was better than the viola because of how low it was. And I think it also looked a bit more symmetrical having two cellos and then the violin and the viola in the front. It just kind of like the symmetry of it suited a lot better, I think. So aesthetic reasons and sonic reasons. I would love to do some acting at some point, yeah. I'm not sure. I'd like to play a villain, I think, in something. Any more questions about Money Game before I move on? I'm not sure if there will be a part 4. I feel like this feels a bit like a trilogy. Nox asked me that question as well. I feel like this feels like the end of the trilogy. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a good ending to it. But I'm sure I'm going to be making lots of new different concepts, in the future. But that's probably the last one of the Money Game series. What is the next trilogy? The next one isn't actually a trilogy. I've actually got some of it written. It's a double. It's a what would you call that? A couple? What would you call a two-parter in a word like trilogy? A duology. It's a duology. A duo. Yeah, I've got a concept for that. It's a new tale. It's going to be called Tales. I'm not going to tell you the name of the character yet, but I've got the name of the character. It's not anything to do with the tale of Jenny and Screech. It's a whole new story, but it's set in that world. It's set in that tone, in that sort of world, and it's another tragically tragic story of misfortune and despair that I like to write about. So that'll be my next big conceptual thing that I do. Back to the bardcore, exactly. Back to the acoustic guitars out on the cobbled streets, singing for my supper. Yeah. I love System of a Down. I'd love to do a collaboration with Serge. I think he's a genius. I don't know him personally. If the opportunity ever presented itself to me, I'd jump on it. I think he's a genius. Okay. So, where are we now? We got 2 more tracks for today's segment, and then I'm going to leave you guys to it. And then we'll be back with 6 more tracks, either tomorrow or the day afterwards. Let's go.
Mate, I'm in a bit of a rush right now. You're a sick guy. Thanks, mate. You're sick.
This is
I've got to get out of the train, mate. I'm ready.
This is actually a little bit of serendipity right here, because we're talking about System of a Down. This song was very heavily influenced by System of a Down, the chorus.
Hey, can I get a quick picture, mate? Nah, mate, I've got to go, mate. Just a little cheeky little picture for the I've really got to go, mate. I'm sorry, mate. Come on, fine, quickly. I knew it was you. I'm a charming fella. I like drinking cans of Stella.
Is that coming through clearly? Did someone say it's echoing? Is that coming through clear? The Spotify audio? It's good, yeah? Alright, sweet.
For the weekend, back up the salmonella, Cinderella story raps the bitches minute full propeller. I'm Nigella Lawson stacking mozzarella. Only joking, I'm an introvert, alone inside my room because my insides hurt. I contemplate existence with consistence in my polo shirt, then reassert my confidence with compliments I don't deserve. I calm my nerves by plotting for the day that I might leave this earth. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield. I find my refuge in patience and pills. A patient that's patiently waiting for help. I don't ever seem to feel well. Can anybody save me from myself? There's blood on the leaves where I fell. Coming down. Burn the border, sons and daughters, law and order. Crave desire, praise more selfish ways of come too late. I've lost my faith, I've lost my faith. You've awoke a beast, I'm a geezer on the streets. Mona Lisa, this is art, make her Mona Lisa, she needs mommy.
Yo, this has been the intro beat for Twitch for about a year, man, before we even dropped this tune. This beat, we will use it as the waiting screen on Twitch, man, just because I love this beat so much. Yeah.
Me and mate, who's the G? Not me, an irregular guy. Halitosis with psychosis, omens etched in my mind. Overdosed on pills and potions, a collection of mine. Split a Valium with a Zanny and I mix it with wine. Hey, pull yourself together, mate. Pull your socks up, stand up straight. Look at you, you're such a mug. God, you're such a fucking stain. Honestly, I wouldn't be seen dead with you in public. Depressed and disorderly, it's like you fucking love it. Mug. Maybe you're right, maybe it's friend. Do it again and again and again. Maybe I'm high, maybe I'm meant to live in a cycle of anti-survival like man. In a prism like Ben, shot the iris of the land. Make believe and play pretend. God's my witness at the end. With God as my witness, I walk through the valley of the shadow of sickness. I fear no evil, I need no forgiveness. Deliver me from temptation, he never listens. I don't ever seem to feel well. Can anybody save me from myself? There's
Which someone said phrases, are they books or TV? Which phrases? If you're talking about the pre-chorus, that's the Bible. Yeah, I like Muse. Muse is sick, man. Lost All and Lost My. Both. I like punk, yeah. I love the Clash, I love the Pistols, I love Billy Idol. I love bunch of shit. Still fucking death art.
Pain is my shepherd, my sword and my shield. I find my refuge in patience and pills.
I have no idea. That's just a vocal sample. That's not somebody that came in to sing. I have no idea what it says. I know it says, could you be the one at the end? It's anyone's guess what she says before that. Anyone's guess. Any questions about this tune? I am knackered. Whoever said I look knackered, fuck me, man. I mean, I've just released an album and been plugging it and done the treasure hunt. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm sure I'll sleep tonight. Is the high voice part? Oh, and what, my voice on that one? Yeah, there is auto-tune on that one. See, I don't mind people asking me if there's auto-tune when there is auto-tune in that high version, but I used it intentionally as a almost to make my voice sound like a synthesizer, because I put it through distortion as well. So it's like very like auto-tune, very distorted when it goes up there. If you watch my busking covers, you'll see that I can sing up there. So it was like a stylistic choice rather than like, oh fuck, I can't sing, so I need to auto-tune. It was like I wanted to do it to make my voice sound like digitally manipulated, if that makes sense. No, my I didn't grow up religious. My both my mum and dad were agnostic. I'd say that they were spiritually inclined, but they weren't religious. So there wasn't like, my school was very religious that I went to. A lot of Welsh schools are pretty religious, so they make you do you know, in the mornings you all sing hymns and shit in Welsh and learn about the Bible in Welsh. So my school was pretty religious, but my parents weren't. My ear's still blocked. I don't know what my vocal range is. I've never tested. It's quite low, and I think it gets quite low and it gets quite high, but I'm not sure exactly what the range is. It's good, but it's not like Sam Tompkins level good. He's got a fucking crazy range, but I could get pretty high. I am a tenor, but I'd say I was also a tenor and a bass. I'd say I was both actually, because when I can sing pretty low. But yeah, I think I'm a tenor. Do I believe in God? I think that I believe. I think I'm open. I would say I was open. I'm agnostic in it, so I'm open to the idea. I'm also open to the idea that we could all be inside a giant fucking simulation, digital creation that's run by aliens or humans from the future who've decided to create simulations of the past to try and figure out what actions we should take to arrive to a certain point. Maybe. But God could also be real. Or solipsism. Everyone looked into that? Maybe I'm the only person who exists and this all exists within my head. That'd be strange, wouldn't it? Anyway, next song. fuck getting existential. I do need some sleep. Genesis. This is in my top 3. Seven Sins, Genesis, and Money Game Part 3. This is in my top 3. Genesis, and this is what we're going to finish on.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental health. I'm put on life support, I've been put upon a higher shelf. My whole life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane. I don't know if they're working, cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's all learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery, what's an anomaly. Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy, begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy. Honestly, I'ma speak honestly. Life is ironically fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. No, I was late for the art. No, I was late for the art. Genesis rain and it rain with a start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis. When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else.
Yeah, that high voice is mine. This is a song that I completely produced and mixed and mastered by myself. The high voice is my voice, octave shifted up 1 octave, distorted to fuck. It's just me going, no, 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 no. If you hear the acoustic version, it's essentially what I'm doing, except then I manipulate it a lot. I auto-tune it, I pitch it up to octave, I distort it, I layer it. So it is my voice. And then it started with me recording that guitar line. Do, 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 do. So I recorded that guitar line, and then I kind of like put some basic drums over the top of that. The production on this song is very, really, really simple. And that's what I like about it. It's like very understated. It's not going off in, like Illest of Our Time goes off in so many like mad directions, and so does Seven Sins. This one stays very consistent and just plods along. But I like that. I like that about it.
Inside this realm of thought, it's definitely somewhere else. Wage war upon my demons, I've been knocking on the gates of hell. A heretic, a heathen, I've been screaming in this padded cell. It's pain making my pain waking, it's painstakingly cold. My soul aching, my bones breaking when holding on to control. Wrap yellow tape round the body shape, put the body in the bag, zip close. It's malignant, it's mutating, it's such a sight to behold. Let me be real for a second. Tongue is a gun, it's a weapon. Reload, blah blah, that beast mode, Armageddon. Get 'em. Let me take the wheel for a second. Hit a hoop, lash Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with a 3-point steal in succession. Switch swoop, and I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession.
Someone said Kendrick. I was listening to a lot of Kendrick when I wrote this song.
The order, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time is confined in the eye of my mind. It reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Take my piece of the pie and I'm feeding on wine that I'm freedom in rhyme to defy my depression. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. No, I was late for the art. No, I was late for the art. Genesis rain and it rain with a start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis.
I nearly did get hit by a car when filming this, yeah. Because we were just crossing the road. Man, I think this was about 16 takes this to get right. But it was just like from the fish and chips up there. We didn't have any permission, we were just doing it, so yeah. Right, I'm gonna bounce in a minute. That was my first 6. We'll do the next 6th. We'll start with Murderer. Next time in a couple of days or tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. But we'll slowly make it through the album, guys. Thank you very much, man. If anyone's here who hasn't got the album on digital, it would mean a lot if you go and get that on digital or get it on physical, because we could. It's a real possible chance that we're going to secure like a #1 spot next week now. It's kind of between me and Drake next week, if you didn't catch that earlier. So if you want to go, the physical copies are sick as well. Brigitte designed them and she did like an amazing job, really amazing job designing the covers for like either the cassette. Everyone counts as a buy, like a cassette counts, a CD counts, the vinyl counts. So if you want to go and grab one, there'll be a link that's popping up in the chat every now and then that says you can get the album there. Yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in and joining me on this first little journey into Sickboi album. I love you guys very much. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm going to go and probably slap a movie on and sleep now because I'm fucking knackered. But I love you guys. Peace.